Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Azaria. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, a great millstone, who are the elders of all Israel, rule well. Honors to you, Akim, out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Um, I just wanted to jump right into it and get into a little bit of prophecy. This lesson kind of just came together in my head, and I don't really have a name for it, so I'm gonna just jump into it. I'm gonna jump into Amos 3:2. And it says, Ye have unknown of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. At the end of the day, everything that's going to go down, and as much as we get on Esau's melon, this all kind of boils back to the fact that we were given the blessing, we were given the law, statutes, and commandments, and we disobeyed, man. And we were told those penances, you know, a long, long time ago. Moving on, Deuteronomy, I'm going to go to 7. I'll jump down to start at 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord. And what's that word holy mean? That's separate. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Meaning he didn't choose the whole world, he chose Israel above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And that's true, he gave Israel his laws through Moses on down, giving the promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we have no excuse. Verse 7, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were many, or you were number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. So we always say we're the sand of the sea, but when the Most High chose us, we were the fewest, man. The Most High always likes the underdog, as the apostles always like to bring out, Verse 8, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen. Going back to our captivities in Babylon on down, and especially bondmen, that referring to martyrdom and bondage in Egypt, right there from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, So, basically saying, the Most High has been, there with the way, the truth, and the light, through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. But we've always backslid, and, there's repercussions for that. So I'm going to jump to, Jeremiah, because he came with some heavy doctrine, man. I'm going to start at... Let's start at 4. And these are the words of the Lord speaking concerning Israel, concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Meaning that the Lord is not sitting right with Israel as in the tribe of Judah at this point. For thus saith the Lord, we have, or select, verse 6, ask you now and see whether a man doeth travail with child, meaning, lamenting in the street. What is lamenting? Sadness, crying, Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, hands on his waist, or, being dramatic, freaking out as a woman is in travail, like a woman having a baby, screaming, man. And all faces are turned into paleness, and, basically desolated, man, because we used to have our own nation, man. And now we live here in Babylon under these Edomites, man. And what is all this talking about, man? This is talking about how we go into captivity, how the Lord has smote us at 70 AD, but also right here, letting you know the thing to the future and the end of times when Yahushua will come back, and the day of Jacob's trouble. It says, alas, for the day is great, so none that is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, because the Most High, the Most High made promises, man. And the Most High's word won't come back void. He Most High is not slack, man. I'm gonna jump to Isaiah 62 and bring it up 6. But while all this is going down, the Lord, He is who he is, and he changes not. So what does it say right here? In Isaiah 62:2, I've set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. You know who those watchmen, the prophets, the men out there on these corners across the world, across this nation, man, preaching the word, preaching the doctrine, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Videos coming in 24/7, man. You type in anything, man. Type in any precept you want, and brothers done edified it. From the apostles on down. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. So if you acknowledge the fact that you're a Hebrew Israelite, it says keep not silence, man. And we just read about why, man. The day of the Lord is coming, and he says that he set watchmen. So we got to do what a watchman does, man. And give him no rest till he establish and he take Jerusalem, make Jerusalem praise in the earth. Because right now we're not, man. Give him no rest. Cry out, man. Sign, cry, bitch, and moan about this world, man. What you got to go through under these Edomites, man. That's what the Lord is asking you to do, pursuing to Jeremiah 62, Moving on, Zephaniah, 1 is left. And, this is just more so delving into the day of the Lord. I'm just going to read a little bit of it and save the rest for camp. But this is verse 2. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Lord. I will consume man and beast, meaning nothing, man. I will consume the fowls of the heaven, and nothing escaping what the Most High getting ready to do. And the fishes of the sea, and the stumbling blocks of the wicked. All them fucking drugs, all that bullshit, all the fucking wicked technology, all the wicked clothing, or whatever been cursed and been in rituals. You never know, man. All they getting ready to get done away with. Cut off man from off the land, pursuing the great Babylon, man. It's going to be an astonishment for the world forevermore, man. Saith the Lord. I will also stretch out my hand upon Judah, because, the Most High said he's going to start at his house when he does the great calling, man, and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem, meaning the whole nation, man, all 12 tribes, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, meaning the wicked 2/3, and the name of the Chaldeans with the priests, the backbiters, and then them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship and that swear by the Lord, and that swear by Malcolm, and that are turned back from the Lord, and those who that have not sought the Lord nor inquired of him, because a lot of Jake don't even make an inquiry, just walk right on by, But anyways, I'm gonna save the rest of that for camp. Tune in to GMS Colorado. Moving on, GMS Colorado. This is Isaiah 65. What I want? Yeah, Isaiah 65, and I'm gonna go to 13. Salakia. And this is another nice verse. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, my servant shall eat, and ye shall be hungry. So in that day, man, while all hell's breaking loose, man, it says that the Lord's servant is going to eat, and you shall be hungry, Behold, my servant shall drink, and ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, and ye shall be ashamed. So while you're being ashamed of Babylon collapsing and this thermonuclear war and this race war and all that, the saints of the Lord are going to be rejoicing, man. They're going to be protected. They're going to be fed. They're going to be that standard at that time, man. Moving on, and the Most High gave plenty of time. He had his men out there for decades, man. The elders been preaching since before YouTube was even a platform. So even if you was the type of Jake that was never going to be down with YouTube, like, you have to, Anyways, I'm going to move on. Proverbs 1, 26. I will also laugh at your calamity and mock when your fear cometh. That's talking to the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. Yahweh Ratazah, we the elect, man. We gonna sign and cry upon his name, man, and wash ourselves clean by preaching this word and trying to follow the law to the best of our abilities, man. moving on. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when your distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall you call upon me, but I will not answer. You know, and it's like any hard-headed kid. You gonna be hard-headed until the consequences hit you, man. And it's right here in the scriptures for you. You know. Moving on. Let me go to Psalms 34. You know, because while the Lord is laughing at some people's calamity, uh, you know, He's also going to be protecting His elect. The angel of the Lord campeth around about them that fear Him and deliver them. You know, and who's that going to be happening to? The elect and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, man. That the Lord save up on out of here through no justice of our own, but through His grace and mercy, man. First and foremost, and then jump back into Proverbs. These two books are beautiful. I think you could jump back and forth in this precept all day out of just Psalms and Proverbs. But let me get 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And why is it the beginning of wisdom? Because you just read in Proverbs 1 that the angels of the Lord encamp around those who fear Him. You know? And that's a wise thing in the day when the Lord is bringing upon all the destruction. Moving on. Funny I said that. Going back in the Psalms, go to 105. 15. Because look how the Most High feels about His elect, you know. And why would you want to be on this side of Him as opposed to the bad side? Saying, touch not mine anointed and do not do my prophets no harm. You know, that's the side you want to be on. Yahweh Ratazah, you know, you're one of those men, and you call to that, you know, because I know I'm not nothing special, man. I'm just, you know, doing what I feel I need to do for the Most High, man. Yeah. Hoping to be preserved, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna close on this book. You know, John's always a good book to close on, in my opinion. But any book is a good book to close on. So, reading on, I'm gonna jump down to 27. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." You know, so this has already been written in Yahushua. You know who's gonna follow Him, and you know, he waiting on the Most High to let him go. That's the only thing Yahushua don't know. So when he gonna get down, you know. And once that happens, then there's nothing that Yahushua don't know. But I'm not. That's not the point. I'm gonna read 28, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. And you know, those that are fighting to be the hopeful elect, you know, in those dark times, if I could tell you anything, just maybe hope on that verse, you know, truly hope on it, you know. Nobody can pluck anybody out of the Most High's hand, man. And as long as you're seeking Him, you know, and you're chosen, ain't nothing to worry about. You know, with that, I'm gonna give us a sincere shalom.